So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mafex The Dark Knight Trilogy 2.0 Heath Ledger Joker. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to Mafex. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box. On the top says the Dark Knight Trilogy with the bat symbol there, says Mafex number 51. Then we do get an image of the Batman figure on the top right and bottom left. And then we do have the Joker drawing all over the box, which is actually pretty funny. And I believe this is the same style box that we got with their first release Joker. And then on the bottom as well says the Joker version 2.0 Medicom toy and DC. And then the bottom of the box here does have the barcode and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. And then here is the top of the box, looking pretty cool there. And then the one side of it, same thing as the top, as you can see. And then the other side of the box does have the Joker card over the Batman figure, which is pretty funny. And then the back of it does show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at one of the best villains ever created in film history. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think Mafex did a superb job with this 2.0 Joker. One thing I'm extremely happy about is the face sculpts actually look like the promo images, so hats off to Mafex for finally getting that down, but I think a lot of that helps because of the Joker's face paint, which turned out really good on this figure also. You can kind of see his skin tone under it a little bit. The black and the red turned out very good. You can see the scars sculpted on there and everything. So excellent job on the face, and it does look like Heath Ledger, so they did capture the likeness of the actor. And then the hair turned out really good too. I do like the black wash all throughout it. The sculpt looks really well done on the hair, so excellent job on the head sculpt. And then one thing I also love about this figure, if you look on the neck, they actually put some of his white face paint on the neck to make it look like more sloppy. So I really dig that Mafex did that with this Joker. So big plus right there. Now for his purple trench coat, I actually do like this more vibrant purple compared to the SH Figure Arts in their original version. So I really dig the color that they chose for his purple trench coat. And then we do get some shading here and there all throughout it on the trench coat and then on the sleeves. So I like that they did that. We get a sculpted pocket up there. Another one on this side and on the other side. Then we do get these sculpted and painted buttons as well. We do get the shading mostly on the bottom part when you go to the back of the figure, and we do get some sculpted wrinkles here and there as well, which turned out pretty good. And they did make like a slit down here in the middle and then over here, so you can lift those up. But it will hinder some leg articulation. It's not the softest plastic, but it is a soft rubbery type plastic, but you won't be able to get them in like karate kicking poses, you know what I mean? And then we do get this, like, I think it's a blue jacket, or it's the lining to his trench coat here. We do get some sculpted and painted buttons on there as well. And then the inside of the jacket does have that nice copper color all throughout it. So excellent work on Joker's purple trench coat. Now for the torso here, we do get one of my favorite parts about the figure, which is his green vest. And we do get his nice gray tie there. And I do like the way the tie looks. It kind of has like a metallic-y type look. The shirt underneath looks alright. The paint's a bit sloppy. I feel like they could have done a much better job with the dress shirt underneath, as you can see there. But the vest turned out so good on this figure. We do get some sculpted wrinkles all throughout it here and there. Same with paint shading, which is definitely a huge plus in my book. And I do like the way the sculpted buttons and pockets look all throughout it. And you can see the seams on the vest as well. So awesome job so far on this Joker. And another thing I really love about this figure, we get the real chain for his, I believe it's a pocket watch. So another big plus right there for Mafex. Now for the pants, I love all the sculpted lines all throughout it, and I believe that is accurate. Unlike the Tamashii Nation's SH Figure Arts one, theirs doesn't have any sculpted lines in it, just some sculpted wrinkles. So I believe this is more accurate to the movie, but really love the way that looks. We do get some shading all throughout the pants, which also turned out very well. Then we do get a few sculpted wrinkles, mostly on the inner thighs and then on the lower legs there. And I really dig the way those sculpted wrinkles look, how his pants kind of like bunch up at the bottom. Then we do get some nice shading on it as well. And then for his Joker shoes here, they did a great job with the sculpt Once again, you can see like the stitching on his shoes, which turned out very good, and you can see the laces sculpted on there and everything. And then on the bottom, not much going on. So overall, I think Mafex really did an excellent job when it comes to the detail for this 2.0 Joker, and this is definitely an excellent upgrade compared to their original, and I think this is my new favorite 6-inch scale Heath Ledger Joker, even though this one's great and the SH Figure Arts one, but I think I like this one a little bit more. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a ton of awesomeness included with this Ledger 2.0 Joker. So we do get a Mafex stand, of course, and you guys know how these work, so we do get that. Very cool that they keep including a stand with each one of their releases. And then we do get 2 alternate heads. So we do get the basic looking face here, which does come on the figure out of the packaging, that we did take a look at already. And like I said, I think they did a very nice job with this interchangeable head here, and it does look like Ledger when he was playing Joker. So we do get that one. Then we do get the crazy sadistic smiling face, and they did a much better job with this one the second time around. Does resemble Ledger, and I think this one, the smiling face, looks better than Tamashii Nation's smiling Joker face, and the paint on it looks great. The sculpt looks great. I love the way the face paint looks. We get the very, very yellow teeth there, like he's been smoking for 50 plus years. And then we do get some very nice sculpt work all throughout his hair, and then we do get the black wash in it as well. So really great job on both the interchangeable heads, and the way you interchange them, they're just on a ball peg, so you just pop it on when you want to get it on, and then just pop it off when you want to swap out for the other heads. So we do get those 2 alternate heads, and then we also get a bunch of different Joker cards, and then we do get some alternate bladed feet. So for the cards, we get these few cards are all sculpted together with one of the Joker cards showing right there, and very good job on the detail on this. Same with on the back. They only painted that card and didn't paint the rest in the hand right there, but they did a pretty good job with that one. So we do get that, and then we do get 3 individual cards. So we do get the same Joker card, just individual right here, and great job with the detail on this front and back, as you can see there. And be careful not to drop these, because you will lose them if you drop them on the floor. Then we get this Joker card here, and a really great job on this one also, front and back of it. And then finally we get this tiny little Joker card, and once again, great job on this one as well, the front and the back. So we do get those 4 different cards, and then we do get some alternate Joker feet. Now, as you can see, we got the R there because this is the right foot, then the left one does have the L on it, but they did a very good job with the sculpt and the paint for the blade right there. So good job on the feet, and the way you interchange them is actually fairly simple. When you pop the foot off, you got to pull it forward, like towards you. If you have it like that, pull it that way, or pull it up if you have it that way. So I'm just going to pull it up, as you can see how the joint is and how the peg goes in on an angle. So you would just have to pop that right in like that. I'm not going to do it on camera because it might take a little bit to do it. So we do get the cards and the alternate feet, and then we also get the Joker's arsenal. So we do get a rocket launcher, we do get a handgun with the extended clip, then we do get like some type of automatic, then we do get the pipe, and then 3 different knives. So I do have an issue with the rocket launcher. As you can see, the handle came off when I was taking pictures and had him holding on to it. When I tried to take the hand off, the whole damn handle popped off. So they're still using that cheap glue, and this did happen to someone else as well. So just be careful with yours. I mean, even if it does pop out, just got to take a tiny bit of crazy glue and just pop it right back in, and it'll be even better than before. But they did a great job with the detail on this. Very nice paint and sculpt all throughout it. I love the way this piece looks. I think that looks dope. The handle looks pretty good. And then the other side, very good job. And also, you can remove the rocket right there if you wanted to. It's just pegged in. So pretty cool that you do have that option with the rocket launcher. So we do get that. And then we do get my favorite gun, which is the handgun with the extended clip that Tamashii Nations decided not to give us. And they did a great job with the detail on this. Nice paintwork on the silver on the top there. For some reason, I have some purple paint on the handle. I wonder if that's paint rub from the hands. It could be, so just be careful with yours. But really cool looking gun here. So they did an awesome job with that. Then we do get this automatic type gun, and it looks really good. I like how it kind of has like a metallic-y type look to it, and it's just the plastic, I believe. The sculpt of it looks really cool, but I think it's too small. Once again, just like with their original Joker. Now on the right, we have the SH Figure Arts Joker's gun, and it is a little bit larger, and it should be this size right here. This one is too tiny, and it just looks way too small for the figures, so really not too happy with the size of this gun once again. So we do get that, then we do get the pipe here, which looks pretty cool. I mean, nothing really too special about it, it's just a pipe, you know, so we do get that. Then we do get 3 different knives. So we do get this one here, very nice tiny sculpt and paint detail on that. So we get that knife. And then we do get the knife I believe he used the most. Very nice tiny sculpt and paint detail on this as well. And then we get my favorite, which is the butterfly knife, and very nice tiny sculpt and paint detail on this as well. Really cool that they included a bunch of different knives, because as you all know who saw The Dark Knight, this Joker was obsessed with using knives. So that is his entire arsenal that we get. And then we finally get 10 interchangeable hands, and this is where my biggest issue comes in with this Joker. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt detail on these. I don't know if they're painted, I believe they are, and I think we might have a tiny little hint of shading on them, but I can't really tell because I guess I'm sort of blind. But I do like how you can see these sculpted seams on the thumb and going down the index finger and then the other side of the hand. I think that looks pretty cool, and we do get some sculpted wrinkles around the wrists as well. And his fists are the easiest ones to get on the wrist joint since they come on the figure out of the packaging. But all the other hands, this is my biggest issue with the figure. Once again, all the other hands, the peg holes are too tight for the wrist joint, and the wrist joint seems so fragile on this figure. It's so scary trying to get the other hands on, so you're gonna have to run them under hot water or something so you can pop them on the joint without having that risk of maybe the wrist joint breaking off, because Mafex's wrist joints do tend to break very easily, so be extremely careful interchanging the hands with your Jokers. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we also get a pair of gripping hands with the index finger sticking out, but these are mainly just for his knives. We do have the pipe, and we don't have any gripping hands for the pipe, so you're gonna have to force the pipe in there somehow. You gotta kind of pry his other fingers open a little bit to get the pipe in there, but it's going to open the hand a little bit more, so when you try to have him hold a knife, it's going to be a little more of a loose fit. But they did a very good job with the detail on this all around, so really great job on these gripping hands for the knives mainly. And then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands, and he does grip onto all his guns and the rocket launcher perfectly with these, and they did a great job with the sculpt. And if these are painted, they did an excellent job with the paint as well. So we do get a pair of those, and then we do get a pair of card holding hands, and he grips onto all 4 cards perfectly with the card holding hands, and very nice detail all throughout these as well. And then finally we get a pair of open hands, and excellent job with the detail on these. You can see some sculpted wrinkles on the palm, around the wrist, these sculpted seams going down the side of the hand and the fingers and everything. So really great job on all the interchangeable hands. But anyway, that is all the awesome accessories included with this Joker. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? We shall. Now for the height of the Clown Prince of Crime. To the top of his head, it looks like he stands about 6 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts The Dark Knight Batman, The Dark Knight Joker, the Justice League Batman, and the Mezco 112 Joker. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Suicide Squad Joker, the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, the DC Icons Harley Quinn, and the Mafex Suicide Squad Joker. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for all the articulation, and I did remove his trench coat because I do want to show you guys the articulation that this figure does have, because when the officer version of this Joker releases, we can make the prisoner Joker, so you won't have him wearing the trench coat anyway. So we do get 2 joints at the neck. The upper neck joint does get hindered by his hair, as you can see, so he really doesn't look up too much, but he does look down very well with the upper neck there. Then we do get very nice pivot, as you can see, and then of course it does swivel. The lower neck joint does go forward a lot, so he can look directly down, and he really doesn't look up too much more with both joints. Then we do get some nice pivot at the lower neck, and then of course it does swivel, so pretty good movement at both the neck joints. And when you have his trench coat on, it does hinder his neck articulation a little bit more. Now for the torso here, it does go forward a decent amount, and then does go back a tiny bit. And then we do get nice pivot there, as you can see, and then it does swivel. Now for the waist here, it does go forward a pretty good amount. The vest is a little bit of softer rubbery type plastic, so it doesn't hinder it too much, but it still does. So with both joints, he does crunch forward a lot, and both joints he does go back a lot. And we do get very nice pivot at the waist, and then it does swivel as well. So excellent movement at the waist and the torso, but it is going to get hindered a lot with him wearing the trench coat. But if you're making the interrogation scene Joker, then you're not going to have to worry about the trench coat once we get the interchangeable arms for that figure. Now for the shoulder joints here, we get a very nice circular motion out of the arm there, as you can see. And the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, but with the coat on, it is going to hinder it, of course. And then they do go up and down, no bicep swivel, so you will have to use it at the shoulder joint there. I mean, there technically is bicep swivel, but it's not the mid bicep cut swivel, you know what I mean? We do have double jointed elbows that bend in a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. And this is where I have an issue with my Joker at the wrist joints here. So we do have a ball hinge, so it does swivel where the peg connects into the hand, and then it does hinge back and forth, but where the peg connects into the wrist and the arm, I can't get it to move, so I'm going to try to have to run it under hot water, and I hate when you can't do that, and I'm always worried it's going to break, even if I do use the hot water trick. So that is a little bit of a QC issue right there. I don't know if it's just with my figure or if other people will have that issue as well, and it's like that on the right wrist joint also. Now for the legs here, they do shift down a tiny bit, as you can see right there, so Joker can kick forward about 90 degrees, which is good. Goes to the back just a tiny bit, and then doing these splits here, his legs really won't go out to the sides too much. Yeah, I guess maybe 45 degrees, not even, maybe, but he doesn't do like flying kicks and stuff, so really not that big of a deal. We do get a little bit of an upper thigh swivel. Then we do have a single jointed knee that bends back a little more than 90 degrees, and it doesn't swivel at the knee joint at all. I was just trying to see if it did. Then we do get a little bit of a swivel. Does get hindered a bit by the pants. Foot hinges up tiny bit, goes down pretty good, and then we do get some decent ankle pivot there. Well, actually some pretty good ankle pivot. Then we do have a nice toe hinge. So overall, I think we do get some good articulation with this Joker. Some points aren't as good as others, and then of course when you have his trench coat on, it is going to hinder a lot of his upper articulation, which is to be expected. But once you have the interrogation scene Joker, you will not have to worry about that. But you're going to be able to get him in some pretty good Dark Knight Joker-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Mafex The Dark Knight 2.0 Joker. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an 8.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, but they did sell out, and I don't think my buddy from Agelessgeeks will be getting this in stock. But say that he does, he won't have it on his website. He would only have it at his booth at Frankensons in California. But if you ever do buy something from Agelessgeeks.com, enter in code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. the top says the Dark Knight Trilogy with the bat symbol. Then it does say What the heck was that? Damn ye! Alright, so real quickly, here is a quick... Damn it. The SH Figure Art Suicide... What the heck? What was that? Yodeling? Yodelay, the DC Icons Harley Quinn and the Shoo-Hella Chibbity Choppity Choo! Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review! Yodelay. So I heard from my buddy Robo over at the Whoosh that Mafex is actually pronounced Mafex. So I guess I'm pronouncing it incorrectly this whole time, but I'm gonna keep calling it Mafex because I think it sounds better. Would you like to know how I got these scars? Why so serious?